Welcome to my vlog. My name is DJ,
Hello everyone. I'm Hopeful Joy.
and this is Hopefully DJ. This vlog is about life, health, navigating life with a chronic disease, and my journey to a better me. So let's start off so that you'll understand a little bit more about what is going on. Let's start off with 2024 and how that went. Um, I do have a chronic illness, fibromyalgia. In 2024, that chronic disease went absolutely crazy. We couldn't find out why. There was a major upscale in pain. Um, my prescriptions were changed over 15 times. I went through several different treatments, and we could never find the reason that I couldn't get out of fibroflare. To say the least, I ended up having surgery last year, and unfortunately, we have also found that Western medication doesn't work very well with me. So, the things that my doctor and also my therapist has said are, well, one, you need to reduce your stress. You are overworked. You need to not work so much. You need to be able to relax. You need to slow down. You have depression. You have anxiety. You need to handle these. Well, that's kind of hard to do when, unfortunately, I live in an area where, in order for you to make ends meet, you do have to have two jobs, and sometimes two jobs and a side hustle to be able to make ends meet and be able to live a decent life. So, with that being said, this is going to be my journey into looking for a new place to live and hopefully be able to conquer this chronic illness that is starting to take over my life. So, with the information that my doctors have given me, the list of things that I need to do to be able to beat this disease, I am going to be looking for a country that um, I can make my dollar go farther. This is going to help to reduce the stress that I feel in regards to bills and be in regards to having to work two and three jobs in order to make ends meet. So I'll be looking for that. The other things I'll be looking for is hopefully a place where either I know someone that lives there that can help, or I know someone who I can call that can help with things like language and culture. Um, I do, I'm currently learning a couple of languages. So, I mean, there's that portion of it, but still, when you go to another country, you do want to know more about the culture, about, the way that things are, so you don't stick out like a sore thumb. So, hopefully, a place where I can get help pretty quickly if I need more information.
All right, so some of the things that I would like to consider are the things that my doctor and my therapist both stated that I needed to look into. So, first off is going to be familiar cultures. This is going to be places where I'm either learning the language or know the language, or I am familiar with the culture and customs. I want to look into weather. I definitely want to be somewhere where it's warmer. Colder weather aggravates the fibromyalgia, so I want to make sure that I'm taking that into consideration. Of course, monthly expenses. I want to make sure that my monthly expenses are going to be relatively low. Pace of life. This is going to be a place that is a bit of a slower pace than what it is here in the United States. Cost of living is going to go with those monthly expenses. And then, of course, having a contact person in case I have questions or I have concerns or I need some sort of assistance. So, for familiar cultures, we're looking at Costa Rica, Japan, Canada, Thailand, France, Australia, Mexico, Spain, and Britain. These are countries where I feel like either I know the language, I understand the culture, or I feel that would be easy for me to be able to go there and be able to fit in. So any one of these would work as far as familiar cultures. Next is going to be the weather. Again, I want to be someplace where it's warmer, so I'm looking at places like Costa Rica, Mexico, Thailand, Spain, Australia. These places have a relatively mild winter. That's the main thing that I'm looking for. I want to stay away from the cold. I want to stay away from the snow, as to not cause any major flare-ups. The next place we're looking at is going to be for pace of life. This means that, they're not, their pace of life isn't, a hustle type of mind frame like it is here in the US, where you've constantly got to be being productive, you've got to constantly be doing, you've got to constantly be working. I need to slow that down. So, places that, out of that list, the ones that have the slower pace of life, we have Spain, France, Mexico, Costa Rica, Australia, Canada, Thailand, and Britain. Next is going to be that cost of living. So this is going to be places that I will be able to go there and I will be able to meet all of my monthly expenses with one paycheck. Okay. Meaning that that ratio of where your monthly expenses, especially your rent, is supposed to be only like 20% or 25% of your income, these places are going to be assist me with being able to meet that. So we've got Spain, Mexico, Thailand, Costa Rica. Okay. Next is going to be places where I have an actual contact person, either somebody that lives there or somebody that I can call or message that can help. We have Thailand, Japan, France, and Australia. Okay. The other thing that I looked at is, again, we spoke about how the Western medication does not work very well with my body. So I'm looking into traditional medicines. These places, Thailand, Japan, and Costa Rica, I have found that they have traditional medicines that may be able to assist with the fibromyalgia. So these are going to be the ones that I definitely want to look into. So far out of everything, it looks like right now Thailand is the one that is meeting that entire list. Now, that's not to say that this is going to be the place where I move to forever. This is going to be the starting of my healing and spiritual journey to try to get my body back where it needs to be, try to get a handle on this disease, and hopefully, if there's any way to put it into remission, which I haven't heard of anybody actually going into remission, but if I could at least make it manageable, that would be wonderful. So for the next few vlogs, you are going to watch me um, start doing the process of getting visas and trying to see which visa I want to use, trying to see, you know, where I'm going to live, all of that and what the process is going to be as far as everything I need to do to move to Thailand. So stay tuned and thank you for watching. And let's see how this journey goes together.